Hey everybody, it is April 30th. That is a Tuesday, last day of the month. You ever buy a shirt and then you take it home and you realize it's not as good looking as it was on the rack? I'm kind of not really feeling this shirt. Let me know what you guys think. Don't think I'm ever going to wear this stupid thing again. Anyway, hey, thank you so much, Fran Simpson, for your referral. I wish things had worked out. It sounds like they needed something to be done really pretty quickly. Going to an investor was probably the best idea. Going to them directly. And also, thanks to everybody who came to my spring client appreciation program. The weather was awful, and this is, it makes me realize just how fortunate that we've been over the course of years to have good weather. And it was just dumping all day, but everything turned out really well for everyone who was able to make it. Special thanks to Jay Savage for bringing the ribs. So I did a pork shoulder, and apparently rain affects how the big green egg cooks, and I had no idea. So it wasn't ready until about 11 o'clock that night. So it's made for some really, really good leftover pork shoulder. But fortunately, if it wasn't for Jay, I would have been ordering Whataburger, which I really don't think anybody would have disagreed on. But it's a cookout. It wasn't just everybody come over for some Whataburger. Anyway, so the market is it's really kind of mirroring in a lot of ways what it was last year. Inventory is up a little bit more, and so are active properties. That's not necessarily a bad from a buyer's perspective. It's a good thing. It's a little bit of a mixed bag for buyers because you have more inventory, but also interest rates have shot up a little bit. They are right around 7% now for a 30-year fixed, and they were down in the low to mid sixes. And then we got the March inflation report, and it turned out to be not what we were expecting. So we're kind of back to where we were now. It is a half a point lower than it was this time last year, but buyers have pretty much become accustomed to what they're going to have to deal with. They are going to go down in the next couple of years as soon as we're able to tap down inflation to around 2%. For some reason, the Fed seems to like 2% inflation. It just essentially devalues money 2% every year. And offsets people's, offsets the raises that people get. But, what do I know? I'm not an economist. Anyway, from a selling perspective, we're back to the days of being a little more patient than we were from, say, 2020 to 2022. From a listing agent's perspective, it's I have to reinvent. The right buyer hasn't come along, pretty much every couple of weeks when I speak to sellers, especially ones that are out of town. It's just returning to a normal market. I mean, we're still right at 2 months for market absorption, which is still really fast. So from a national perspective, we're actually looking really good. It's just, interest rates are going to be what they are for a little while. Fortunately, Dallas has been really largely unaffected by what economic issues we've had. There's still tons of jobs moving here and tons of people moving here, and everybody needs a place to live. So anyway, y'all have a wonderful May. I will check in towards the end of the month, and let me know if you ever need anything.